Hey guys, it's Melanie the Mystic back with another reading for you. So, welcome back to my channel. If you've been with me for a little while now, thank you. I really appreciate you. And if you're just joining me over here, please continue to come back if you enjoy my reading style and if these messages resonate with you, or if you just really enjoy listening to me. Doesn't have to be a specific reason. If you're here, it's for a reason. Okay, guys? So this is a really deep one. I actually pulled this for myself for a personal reading 2 days ago, and I've been sitting with this for the past 2 days, getting together the energy it was going to take to deliver these deep of messages to you guys. Spirit is asking me to share this with you because this is also someone else's story, not just mine. But basically, what's going on here is a divine intervention. And so I'm going to spend just a couple of minutes explaining what a divine intervention is and why it takes place. So if you already know or you're not interested in hearing my explanation, you can go ahead and skip forward a couple minutes to where I start the reading then. So, divine intervention. Man, I've had several in my life so far, and it's 2:34 on my alarm clock. I'll show you guys. Oh, can I enlarge that? I can. I can enlarge the screen. Look at that. Oh, it just changed. Well, it was 2:34. And that's really interesting that was the time as I started talking about divine intervention. Because 234, like 1234, speaks volumes about being on the right path. And that's what a divine intervention is for. It's for you when you accidentally veer off of your path, okay? And you start heading in the wrong direction. And basically, God, the angels, your higher self, whatever you believe in, decides that something needs to be done to sway and persuade you and push you back into the right direction that you should be going. It's definitely human nature for us to fall off of our path. It happens, but sometimes we go way too far off of our path, okay? And because of that, a divine intervention will take place by higher ranking spirits than yourself. Now, and if you have a problem in believing in God or higher ranking spirits that are above you, then you just know that it's your higher self stepping in and taking action on your behalf, because your lower 3D physical self does not understand the severity of being off of the proper path that's meant for you, that is your destiny and your fate, okay? So, having explained that, that is what this whole reading is about here, okay? And so for some of you, you had a divine intervention already took place in your past, and this is what it's talking about to let you know that, yeah, that's what was going on. This is why that happened back then for you. For others of you, you're currently about to start going through this or are going through this in the middle of this right now. Or for others of you, it hasn't happened just yet, but it's coming in your very near future. This will start taking place. Okay, so whether it's past, present, or future, If these messages are resonate, sorry guys, I have to touch the cards a lot. It gives me energy to read. But okay. But yeah, so let's jump into this because I'm really excited. So, first I'm going to run through and explain what I'm seeing here in the tarot. Then, Spirit has already asked me earlier to also pull some sacred geometry cards to add to this. These are very extremely deep messages that will go perfectly with this kind of reading. And then I'm going to pull some of my yellow deck with different psychic abilities and whatnot to see what your spirit guides want you to focus and hone in on the most when it comes to your abilities, gifts, and talents. Okay, because your abilities, gifts, and talents that you were born with, whether you've discovered them yet or not, now is the time to be discovering these things about yourself. Okay, and so, you know, for some of you, maybe if you're not, your spirit guides, this is their way of nudging you towards this or something like that. But your gifts, abilities, and talents are a big part of your journey here. Okay, and so you definitely want to accept the fact that we are not just humans in these physical bodies, that we have a soul deep within us that is connected to things much higher than you can even fathom. We are connected to beings and spirits in other realms and dimensions around us that have existed for way longer than we have. Okay? However you want to process that information, you do it. But we all understand these things differently. And me being a psychic medium, I'm able to understand these types of things really easily because it just comes natural for me. And I'm also really good at explaining these kinds of things. So that's why I'm definitely going to start adding videos here really soon. I'm working on putting the content together now, where I'm going to be teaching or sharing my knowledge and wisdom and how I understand it so that you guys can understand it the best that I can help you to understand it. Okay? All right. Let's get into this. So, first thing I want to say is there is so many major arcana cards here. That is a huge deal, and it is definitely a message of a divine intervention taking place in your life. Because look at this, okay? For those of you that don't know what the cards are by looking at them, I know that some of you do, but not everybody does. So I like to make sure that I thoroughly explain and show you guys what I see because it's just so amazing. So we have the Death card, which I'm going to pick these up one by one as I describe them. But we have the Death card, the Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune, the World, the Hierophant, the Hanged Man, the Devil, and the High Priestess. That is 8 major arcana cards in a 10-card pool right here. That is freaking huge. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now, you're chosen one. You are something, oh, I just got the chills. You are something extremely special on the soul side of things within you. Your spirit within you comes from a long ways away, somewhere very far away, not from here, okay? You came here on a mission however many lifetimes ago, and you've been here ever since. Everything about you is healing to others. Everything you do is meant to be. Okay? And so a lot of times chosen ones fall off their path because of demonic forces. We are in a spiritual warfare. We always have been. You know, people want to say we're living the book of Revelations right now, which I agree. The world already ended a couple years ago, as a matter of fact. We timeline shifted or had a timeline jump, which I just put up a post about that and explaining a little bit about that on my Facebook earlier today. But basically what ended was it was the beginning of the end of the old ways of being, thinking, knowing, feeling, behaving, okay, as a species, as a humanity here, as a whole. And so it's just we're not just living in the revelations right now, but we are. But basically it's 2:44 on my alarm clock. I'm not going to keep moving the camera to show you guys, just you have to take my word for it. It's 2:44. That's an angel number. Check into it. Also 234. But I forgot I want to jot those down so I can put them in the description for you guys. But so what did we have? We had 234 and 244. Okay. Anyways, but basically what I'm getting at is we've been fighting a spiritual battle and in a spiritual war since like the beginning of time. Okay? I mean, it's always been happening. There's always been low vibrational, which are demonic forces surrounding us ever since the very first day of human life. And those demonic forces can't stand us because we are beings of light, okay? And we have abilities, gifts, and talents. And we also have the capability to be extremely open to all the dimensions and realms around us and the spirits within them. And demons can't stand us because they can't stand how powerful we are. So these demonic forces or low vibrational energies will trick you into believing you are nothing, you are not worth it, hence all the suicides that take place. Those people were victims of demonic attachments and or demonic influences, okay, that tricked them, manipulated them, made them think horrible things about themselves, and here they thought they were just thinking these things because it was their own thoughts. But that's how these low vibrational energies work. They get into your mind and your thinking process, and they manipulate you into believing you think those horrible things about yourself, but you don't. We were born knowing that we are to love ourselves, okay? So I don't want to like go off too much on that, but that will definitely be part of some of the videos I'll be putting up shortly here down the road, to help teach and share knowledge with you guys about low vibrational energies, why they attack us, how they attack us, how we can, you can't stop it, but you can definitely get a grip on things, and you can manage and control it if you only understand that it's happening. Now, all the people that commit suicides and whatnot, they don't know what's happening. Like I said, they're tricked, they're manipulated, okay? So, all right, so let's get back into this because this is just, woo, man. Okay, so the first thing I'm seeing here with the Two of Pentacles is this talks about balance, okay? Also, twos are about making choices, but really what's standing out to me here is the Crazy Eight symbol, which is the symbol of infinity. And as a matter of fact, I'm constantly seeing this infinity symbol everywhere again. I was a year ago, and then it stopped for a long time, and now it's starting up again. Like, my hair on the shower wall making the symbol, my phone charger cord, my vacuum cord, you know, my cat's freaking string toy. Just, it's so funny. I'm going to start taking pics of all the ways that I see the infinity symbol this time around. I'm going to share it on my Facebook because I think it's cute and funny and very interesting. But anyway, I'm not surprised that this is standing out to me in this kind of reading, because this is fated destiny for you. For whoever I'm talking to here, it's your fated destiny to be who you are, to be here and now in this time, doing whatever it is you do. And if you haven't figured out what it is you should be doing, you're about to, like, you're on the brink of that discovery, okay? But some of us chosen ones don't really have to do much of anything. It's just our presence and our energy that is healing to other people, okay? So with the Queen of Cups being out next, what this is telling me is you guys are empaths. You're very empathic, and the empathy that you have within you for others is why you are so extremely enlightened. You see this giant globe of light on her head? This is you, whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. This is you. You are empathy. Your empathy is a superpower. Okay. And it makes, also with the Queen of Cups, this is telling me that you are very compassionate, kind, caring, generous, thoughtful. You're a good listener. You're very excellent at understanding other people and letting them know how much you understand the place that they're coming from. And you can do this with anyone and everyone, no matter what the situation is. And this is, like I said, a superpower. Not to mention, the Queen of Cups has psychic abilities. Okay, if you are an empath, you have psychic abilities. We all do, but if you're an empath, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. If you're an empath, you have all psychic abilities, all of them, okay? And we're talking about clairaudience, the gift of hearing spirits, clairsentience, the gift of feeling spirits, claircognizance, the gift of knowing what spirit wants you to know. Clairgustience is the gift of tasting what spirits want you to taste. And then I'm drawing a blank on the one for smelling. Oh, clairalience is when spirits want you to smell certain things. And then I'm missing seeing. Dude, seeing is the one that I know the most, and I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, but clair whatever for the gift of sight, which means you can see things spirits want you to see. Now, you might not be able to see ghosts like I do, but I've always been able to see ghosts since I was born, and that's not something that's open to just everybody. Okay? But because not everybody can handle it, because I'll tell you what, it's fucking terrifying. Excuse my language, but it is. I am finally to the point after all these years that I am not absolutely, completely, and totally terrified when I see a freaking ghost. Now I see them. It's part of my everyday life. It's no big deal. Yes, I'm a weirdo. I have embraced my weirdness because I like being different, and you should too, because you are different in your own ways, okay? Now, the other thing I'm picking up here with these two cards together is there was some kind of severe emotional imbalance within you that had to be changed. And it could have been because you were in a relationship you shouldn't have been in that was holding you back. Maybe you're in the wrong friend circle and those people are holding you back. Maybe you're in the wrong career and that's holding you back. It could be so many different things, but whatever it is that you were doing or are doing that's not meant for you is creating these severe emotional imbalances within you that is keeping you from serving your purpose that you're here to serve, okay? Also, there was a key word for this card. Let me look again really quick what this, because every tarot book is different. This one had a key word for the Two of Pentacles, and it really fits in this reading. And I don't normally look in the book often, but Spirit told me to. Yeah, you can tell I don't look in the book often. I don't even know where's what. Where's the freaking Pentacles? Oh, there we go. Two of Pentacles word is harmonious change. Yes. I mean, that says it all right there in the first freaking card. This reading for whoever I'm speaking to is all about the fact that you are either have went through, are about to go through, or are going to go through a huge harmonious change in your life. And it is fated destiny for you. Nothing and no one can stop these blessings from taking place in your life because it is meant to be. You are here to service humanity in whatever way that is. And if you don't know what it is yet, it's time to start digging deeper within your own self and who you are and what you feel you're here for. Okay? Now, moving forwards here, we got the Death card next. And so this card basically is talking about a huge rebirth that either you went through or you're going to go through. And it's imperative that you go through this rebirth. And so in order for you to go through this rebirth, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news here, but sometimes we have to experience negative things, or what we call bad things, in order to help wake us up to be rebirthed into the person we're meant to be. Okay, because we're not just born all good and ready to go. When we're born, our memories are wiped from the life before, and we have to start over from scratch each time we come here. Because if you already knew why you were here and what the agenda was, then there wouldn't have to be any work involved. And the work to get to the agenda that you're here to create is part of the journey. Okay? Yeah, and basically this is also talking about going through a huge transformation, which is, a rebirth is just a step above a huge transformation because there's different kinds of transformations. This also talks about cycles ending, a death of a way of being, a death of old habits, a death of old ways of thinking. Okay, it's like spirit has come in and they're going to force you to go through this rebirth and transformation in order to leave behind what is no longer necessary and serving purpose in your life. And this is, like I said, habits, people, situations, old ways of thinking, knowing, and being, old ways of behaving, and whatever else would apply to you, okay? But it's like, Spirit's like, hey, listen, it's time now. It's time to get uncomfortable for a little bit so that you can grow into who you're meant to be. And so the next card out is the Chariot, and this card is all about victory. And I love that it's sitting here next to the Death card and then in between the Wheel of Fortune card, because I feel like not only is there swift, quick action about to take place for you, or it did when you went through this, or it will when this happens for you, it's because you are already elevated to a place within your own mind, body, and soul that you're ready for this. You've been ready for this. But there, like I said, there's been things in your life holding you back, whatever those things are. Could be many things. And that's why Spirit is reaching in for you to help remove these things that are holding you back, because it is time now to move forwards and quickly. Okay, this is fast moving energy. Not to mention, this is the victory card. You will be victorious. You will win at whatever it is you choose to do. Okay, and this is your fate. This is your karma. I'm just looking to see why is it not called the Wheel of Fortune in here? Oh, it just says the wheel. Evolution is the word that they chose to be the one word to describe this card. I love that. I love that. That's different. I'm not used to that with my other tarot decks. And what have I been talking about? This is all about you evolving into the being you came here to be. Because as you evolve into who you're meant to be, what's the word I'm looking for? You pave the way for others to follow in your footsteps and do the same thing, because other people see you opening up and transforming into who you're meant to be and stepping right into your destiny, that it inspires them to do the same thing. Okay? And it is fate, destiny, karma. Okay? And also, too, with the karma card being out here, I'm also picking up on another message for you guys, that definitely it's karma for you to be who you are and where you're at in your evolution process throughout all the lifetimes that you've lived up to this point. Karma, or the Wheel of Fortune here, has shifted in your favor in a positive manner. A lot of people are receiving bad karma right now because the wheel, when it shifted in your favor and others of ours favor, it shifted out of the other people's that have been engaging in negativity, low vibrational things, okay? And it's all based on your past lives, what you've done up to this point, who you are in spirit form, where you come from, why you're here. It's different for everybody. But for you guys, whoever this is resonating for, like I said, you're chosen ones. You're here on special missions from far, far away in the galaxy. You traveled to come here and help save humanity, because Earth and humans are part of this universe. Every part, planet, star, meteor in the whole universe, it's all part of it. The universe is a giant living organism, okay? And we are all pieces of that. We are all one, okay? So, moving on, now we have the World card. And so the World, I want to see what they put for the one word for it. Unity. Oh yeah, I love that. That goes really good with the Hierophant. So the World card is also about cycles and changes, big changes, because of ending huge cycles in your life and rebirthing into brand new situations and scenarios. And learning new information and elevating to a higher state of consciousness and being. And it just really goes perfectly in this reading. But I love, look at this, Spirit just pointed this out to me. It's another crazy 8 symbol for the infinity sign, which I have never noticed before on this card. This is a fairly newer tarot deck, but I never noticed that before. So that really was meant to come out in this reading. Also, I'm really drawn to the triangles. It's actually the elements, earth, air, water, fire. But what I really just see is the triangles. And the triangle is a really special sacred geometric shape. It's 303 on my clock. Let me jot that down for an angel number for you guys. 3s are all about manifestation. So basically 303 chiming into this reading is Spirit saying that you guys need to focus on manifesting your wants and desires for what you feel you need to live your experience the right way here and now. And factor in the fact that you're here to heal and help others, however that is for you. Now, oh, look at, it's up here too, I just saw. So the unity, what I'm getting from that with the Hierophant is, the Hierophant is talking about how you are like a spiritual guru. You're a teacher. You have access to higher wisdom and knowledge from other realms and beings of existence. And this knowing that you have, you are supposed to share that knowledge that you channel in and that you receive, because you were selected before this time to be here and now as a Hierophant, as a healer, as a spiritual teacher, as someone that is helping others open up to who they're meant to be, okay? And I love the unity coming out next to this, because it's like I was already saying, we are all one. We are all here to help each other. But we're all here helping each other in a different way. And it all just like coincides together perfectly as one, as a whole, as unity, okay? Also, the Hierophant is the number 5, which talks about changes. And it's like you're here to share the knowledge and wisdom that you possess with others, because it's going to create big changes in the world over the long haul. Maybe in your lifetime, you won't know or see the huge change. It's like not knowing the extreme good that you did while you're here, but after crossing over after this lifetime, then you get to look back over your life during your life review that we all sit through. And you get to watch and see just how you helped others, because you get to see everything you did and how it affected everyone around you in your life review. And so don't be discouraged and think that you're not making a mark. You're not making an indent while you're here, because you are. And you will definitely get to watch it in your life review after you cross over. So the next card out is the Hanged Man. And so usually this talks about somebody being stuck, but also it talks about being initiated further into who you're meant to be, into why you're here, into what you're supposed to be doing. And let's see, what do they say? Ordeal. Oh my gosh, that goes perfectly with this. They're saying ordeal is the one word for this card, and I'm really picking up on that, especially next to the Devil card, because the Devil is all about excess is the word they're using. The Devil can be about having bad habits, having addictions, having old horrible ways of perceiving things, being attached to things that no longer serve us. And it's like, that's an ordeal for you. It either was, is, or has been. And whatever these vices are that you are having a hard time letting go of, it's become an ordeal to the point where spirit is, they're kind of like tied you up here. You're this guy hanging upside down. Spirit kind of tied you up, and they're like, we're just going to hold you here for a minute while we come in and perform this divine intervention for you, because we need you to take a moment here and really overview things in your life, okay? So the next card out is the High Priestess. And so basically this is talking about, like I was saying, you have an extreme pull to the other side. You're very connected to the higher realms and divine beings, angels, ancestors, relatives, spirit guides, starseed family, soul tribe family, ascended masters. I think I got everybody. And of course, God himself. And you're able to communicate to these other realms, and they can communicate back to you. And this is the higher wisdom and knowledge that you are in tune with, that not everyone is in tune with, okay? It's like you have a perfect, even balance of darkness and light. So the dark represents your shadow side and all of the bad aspects of yourself. And then the light represents the opposite of that, which is all of the light aspects about yourself. And you are sitting in the middle, perfectly balanced. Okay? So that's excellent. Also, they're pointing out to me that the High Priestess card is the number 2. So again, you have 2 2s so far in this reading, and that's making me feel like numerically there's some kind of relationship here that you need to make a serious choice about. Either it needs to end or it needs to start. And this could be romantic or a friendship. But yes, for a lot of you, there is some kind of choice that you need to make about a relationship here. And it's extremely important to your future. So I was just looking at the cards here. And so the back of the deck energy is the Ace of Cups. And you also have the 10 of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Now this is like a super big deal, having these 3 cards. Okay. So first off, the Ace of Cups is talking about love, unconditional love. And so what I'm seeing is, this is the Holy Ghost. See this cross and this white dove? The Holy Ghost, and this is God's hand. God is literally going to hand directly to you your blessings to move forward after this divine intervention, because you are connected to the Holy Ghost, and that is how you receive your messages from Spirit. You are empathy. Like I said, you're an empath. You are empathy. You're so empathetic that you exude love from within you to the point that it showers people around you. This is an amazing superpower of yours. Spirit wants you to hone in on this. Empathy is a superpower, not a hindrance. Okay? People want to act like being so empathetic is a curse, or it's horrible to have so much empathy. No, it's a freaking superpower. Embrace it. Learn it, understand it, and grow with it. And it will teach you to be much more than you already even are. All right? And with the 10 of Cups coming out, basically, this is pure and total happiness and joy for you. So when this divine intervention is all done, and sorry, I bumped you guys, and you guys make it through this, you are going to come out on the other side of this and have everything you ever wanted and be so happy, joyous, and free in your life and experience that no matter what happens, even the worst thing ever could take place, it will not change how happy you are in the place that you are in, because you are going to receive this lineup of blessings that God has set aside for you. But first you have to complete this divine intervention. And basically, the bad news here is a divine intervention is made to rip the things out of your life that are no longer serving you. And it's going to happen one after another, real quick. Okay. And it's 3:13 on my clock. So there's another angel number for you. A lot of threes here, you guys. A lot of manifestation going on around you and for you by the higher ups, by the divine. There are things being orchestrated for you behind the scenes that you have no idea about. Or if you already went through this, you do know. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. And that is, at first it seems like you hit this really bad string of bad luck. It's like, oh my God, my boyfriend broke up with me. And then I lost my job the next day. And then the day after that, I got into a car accident. But then you find out months down the road that you wrecked that old car and it went to the junkyard because it made room for you to get a brand new vehicle that wasn't going to break down on you anymore. And your boyfriend or girlfriend broke up with you because they were actually holding you back, and it opened you up to find your true love. You know? And it's like, instead of feeling sorry for yourself, view things in a different perspective and be like, well, maybe I lost this because it's going to open up a doorway for me to get something that much better. And you guys, that does not include the death of someone, okay? I just felt like I needed to say that. Because when my dad died, a lot of things triggered me. And I don't want to trigger anybody, especially when it comes to losing someone you really care about. Even though I see spirits, I talk to my dad every day where he's at in the other side, but it is not the same, okay? And I still cry and miss him physically here all the time. So just letting you guys know, you know, just because I'm a psychic medium and I see ghosts and I talk to spirits does not mean that I don't have human emotions still. And I totally understand when we lose someone, okay? Now, that would never be part of a divine intervention unless that person was planning on taking your life. That is the one instance. If there is a person close to you planning, literally plotting and planning on taking your life somehow, some way, God will step in and take their life from them, and that's the way it is, period, okay? But that'll be something else I'll talk about, so we're not going to go much deeper there. But the Ace of Wands, Spirit's telling me to look in the book what the word is they picked for the Ace of Wands. I'm curious to see what they did pick. So the Ace of Wands is all about passion and desire, and new beginning is what the aces are all about. And see, they got the Ace of Wands as a creative source. Yeah, I like that. So basically what that's saying is you guys are a creative source. You're a creative outlet that was sent here to express your creativity in such a way that it opens up others around you to also learn what they're creative at, and so that they can create what they're meant to create and also be a creative outlet, because then another group of people will see that person, and it's like a never-ending chain. You'll inspire them, they'll inspire them, they'll inspire them, they'll inspire them, and it will just keep going, okay? But also, with these two aces out here and this 10 of cups, you guys, like, I just can't even believe this. You guys are destined for pure and total bliss and happiness. You have 10 major blessings lined up to come in for you whenever you're ready. And when I say whenever you're ready, I mean whenever you are ready to let go of the old so that the new can be ushered in for you. But basically, you're destined for this. It's fate, and nothing's going to stop it except you. Okay, you'll only be allowed to hold back for so long before this divine intervention is going to force the things out of your life that have to go. But not only are you fated for pure happiness in all ways, okay, but with these two aces being out here, you have this huge new beginning waiting for you. Or if you've already been through this divine intervention, you've already started it and you know exactly what I'm talking about here. And it's just time now for you to know and understand that this huge new beginning coming in for you or waiting for you, or that you've just recently started, it is definitely your fated destiny. And it was, like I said, orchestrated by high-ranking spirits and yourself before you were born. Before you were born, you wrote up a contractual agreement with the higher-ups about exactly what you came here to do and be. And nothing and no one will stop this from taking place, okay? Now, actually, I'm going to hold on to that. I like holding this when I read. So my son picked this out for me. It's called a wand, and it's made out of selenite, and it's a unicorn horn style wand, which I love. And this is also another selenite unicorn horn, but it's just made to stand like a tower. So anyways, let's pull some of the sacred geometry and see what Spirit wants to add to this. I'm going to give it a good shuffle. I try to do it on camera, but the camera's next to me and it's a weird angle from this chair that I'm in. One more. I love these cards. They shuffle really good. All right. Yes? Yes. First one out. I have no rhyme or reason to the way I shuffle. I just shuffle, and Spirit tells me what cards to take and how to do it. And it is always different. So just letting you guys know, because some people ask, like, well, how do you shuffle? What's your method? It's Spirit tells me what cards to take, when, and that's it. There is no method. All right. I'm feeling 5, so I need 2 more. Oh, they want me to do another big shuffle. Okay. Okay, I'm going to cut and draw. I'm just going to hold these. I don't want to set them down on the other cards. All right. 1, 2. Okay. Put these here. Now, this we do got to get in the book for. These are very, very awesome deck. I've used them on here before. It's been a while. I highly recommend these for anyone dabbling in the cards. They were a little expensive, but I'll tell you what, this deck was very much worth it. It's a large deck of 78 to 80 cards, which is a typical tarot with 78 cards. Oracle cards are usually like 30 cards or 40 cards or sometimes 60 cards. But this is an oracle deck that is like 80 cards, and this giant, I mean, look at, I have a huge hand. Look how big this book is. And there is so much good information in here, and the information for the cards is amazing. It's just an amazing, like, who did do this? Let's see. Francine Hart. You go, girl. Okay. I'm so stupid. Okay, I mean, no, I'm not. I'm beautiful angel on this earth like everyone else. My spirit guides are like, don't call yourself stupid, even if you're just kidding. Anyways. All right, so, ooh, man, look at that. First card out, you guys. Number 7, which is extremely spiritual number. The Owl and the Raven Yin and Yang card. Next card. Oh, look at this. I already talked about the triangle when I noticed it on the Hierophant's chairs. Or I mean the pillars behind him. See the triangles? Man. That's awesome. Thank you, Spirit, for reiterating what I already said. So you got the triangle, which is number 10. That's that new beginning sitting there, that number 1. And it's amplified by a 0, which is the universe backing up this new beginning for you. Because, like I said, it's your destiny. Ooh! Number 40, crossing over. This is archangel presence and energies around you. 4s, 4, 44, 444, 44, 44. I don't care how many 4s. 4 period represents archangel presence, okay? Like I said, you are divinely guided, protected, and loved. So there's some really nice, deep meanings for these, and we're going to get into the book after we finish looking at what we got here. Ooh, nice. Number 31, Labyrinth. And so this is for me, too, this reading. So I've never gotten this card before. I'm excited about this. And this number 31 is the date of the day that my dad died. He died on May 31st. And so I see 531 a lot, and I also see the number 31 a lot, and I associate it with the day that my dad died. And the day that my dad died is the day that my whole life changed forever and ever and ever. And it was part of another divine intervention that was taking place on my behalf. All right. Well, look at this, number 32. We got them back to back. So, and this, I've had this deck for years and I've used it a bajillion times. So they were definitely, it's not that the cards weren't shuffled, but this is Leonardo's Vitruvius Man, which I think everyone knows this. This symbolism here is extremely popular and well known. Maybe not everyone knows what it means, but we all recognize the picture of the man where he's got his feet together and his arms straight out. Then he spreads the feet and raises the arms. Okay. So let's pull these down a little bit so you guys can see them better. I was so limited with the camera screen there using my cell phone. I can't wait to upgrade and get a laptop. Coming soon. All right, so let's get into the book and see what's up. Okay, number 7, Owl and Raven. So, first thing I want to say is my all the time spirit guide is the Raven. It literally comes to my house regularly and perches just outside my window on this light post. It's right there, and it will face towards my house and it will caw 3 times. That's happened. I've been living here for 6 years almost, and that's happened a good handful of times. And each time it's happened, it was the Raven letting me know that I was leveling up again in my life to a higher level of perceiving things. Also, a Raven has been here and it sat in the middle of the road in front of my house, facing my house, cawing 3 times. Okay. Also, I've always had a closeness to the owl. I don't actually see them. I've only seen an owl 1 time in my life, and I even grew up in the country. But I see, you don't have to actually see the animal in real life for it to be your guide. I see owl imagery everywhere, in books, on TV, on billboards, whatever. And so I physically see the Raven in real life flying by me and coming to my house, but then the owl I see imagery of. And both of these birds are definitely my animal spirit guides. So that's really crazy. So definitely for you guys, one or both of these could be your animal spirit guides. So Google further into that. There's good information there. And I'll do another reading here soon with my spirit animal deck, and we'll get into that. All right, so the owl, raven, yin and yang. It says the union of opposites. Darkness and light. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy, because I was just talking about that with the High Priestess card, about how you have learned to embrace your darkness and your light, and you're sitting evenly balanced in between the two, which makes you a High Priestess of sacred knowledge. Okay, it says yin and yang are opposites in union. Together they represent a balanced whole, each containing a piece of the other. Owl and raven equals wisdom and magic. Yes, you have wisdom that other people do not. And it's 3:30 on my alarm clock. Man, these 3s, you guys, there's some big manifestation going on in your life and around you. You're also magic, and people view you that way, whether they realize that they think you're magic or not. They feel things when they're around you that no one else can make them feel, and it makes them question what's so different about you. All right. So this card suggests that a process of balancing is at work in your life. Oh my gosh, I cannot make this up. Thank you, Spirit. So like this says, this card's coming out to say that there's a huge balancing going on in your life in your behalf right now. So basically, it's time for you to get on board with these changes to balance the rest of what needs balanced out here. You are learning that living in opposition brings a sense of tension and dissatisfaction. Yeah, when you're with the wrong people, working the wrong job, doing the wrong things, perceiving things in the wrong way, it will make you feel wrong. And then that is how you know it's time to make changes with whatever it is that does not feel right any longer. It may have been right and felt right before, but when it stops feeling right, it's time for it to go. Where'd I leave off? Yeah, so I had said, the book said, you're learning to living in opposition brings a sense of tension and dissatisfaction, and that it constructs boundaries between you and the people and circumstances in your life. Yeah, and also keeps you from serving your purpose you're here to serve. This effect of separation likely has nothing to do with how you wish to view your life or your purpose in it. You are asked to look at the way you are living and begin designing ways to bring yourself into balance with your true nature. How will it look when the dissatisfaction is, oh, we've got a new word here, mitigated. Mitigated. I've never heard that word before. I don't know what that means. And I can't Google it because I'm using my phone to do the video. But what I think it means, how will it look when the dissatisfaction? Okay, I think what that means is, think about how much better your life would be if you make the proper changes necessary and do away with whatever is making you feel wrong. And I just glanced and I see my clock saying 3:33. There's so many threes surrounding you guys. You're definitely connected to the triangle. I just got to say, my body is covered in freckles because I'm a light, fair-skinned, blonde-haired person, and my freckles make triangles all over me. So that could be something for someone, like maybe now that you heard me say that, you'll be like, oh my gosh, me too, or you know what I mean, and start noticing your pull to triangle. Also, the power of 3 is extremely powerful. So this goes on to say, movement toward balancing all areas of your life will activate rejuvenation and greater joy and freedom for you. Acknowledge the dark aspects within the light, but truly see your light shining into the darkness. Yeah, basically that's just talking about how you either you already have or you're working on now mastering being evenly balanced between your darkness and your light. And that's exactly where we need to be. Sorry, I'm getting the hiccups and every time I'm doing a reading. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, how you are, this is 2 cards now that I've gotten that same message for you guys. You are shifting into a whole new way of perceiving things here. It's really exciting. And I just got to say, I have went through this shift many times over the past 6 years even, but also many times before that. Every time I was in a crazy abusive relationship, which there's been many. Every time I had a bad friend that didn't have my best interest at heart, there's been many. Every time I worked the wrong job, there's been many. You know, like there's just, we really go through it, but it's how you pick yourself up afterwards and how you learn to perceive things in a different way and understand why we go through those experiences and use those experiences and alchemize them to level us up. Okay. So the triangle card in the book here, the word for it is Trinity, which is 3. And it says, many things come in threes, the beginning, the middle, and the end, the mother, the father, and the child. For examples, cosmologies, that is not how you say that word, of many world cultures view existence as having 3 levels. They teach us to access our lower selves through our connection with the Mother Earth. Next is the quest to know our middle selves in the physical form. And finally, we communicate with our higher self, seen as coming from beyond, often from the Father, Son, and stars. Okay, sorry guys, I had to pause it for just a quick second, but I'm back. But anyway, so I left off this synthesis of body, mind, and spirit brings balance, strength, and completion to our human experience. Drawing this card denotes movement towards strength and completion. And what did I say? I was talking about the ending of old ways of being, thinking, knowing, going through this huge rebirth, becoming a whole new person. That's what this triangle card is also talking about. Because you have to transition into a new person so that you can get this new beginning with this number one. Okay, number ones are new beginnings. You are moving on a path that puts you in touch with a synthesis of the elements of growth, joy, and freedom. Wherever you are on that path, take a moment to acknowledge the progress you are making and renew your resolve to act in accordance with that which strengthens and assists you in enjoying and fulfilling your life's purpose. Wow. So basically, that's talking about how it's time now, and it's been time for you to step into who you're meant to be and fully engulf all of the properties, and that was a weird word to use, Spirit, and all of your abilities, how you're growing, how you're perceiving things, all of that. Okay, and also, guys, this triangle card is talking about how your spirit guides want you guys to take a look back over different things that you've overcome, challenges that you've overcome, experiences that you've made it through, and things like that, because your spirit guides want you to recognize all the hard work that you've already put in and all of the accomplishments and achievements that you have been successful with up to this point. There's been a lot of things that you have done that you're not giving yourself the proper recognition for. And Spirit is asking that you go ahead and do that now, because you need to give yourself a pat on the back. It hasn't been easy. You've been through a lot of ups and downs. It's been a roller coaster ride. Chosen ones are here to go through it and then come back from it and teach others how they grew from their experiences, okay? So let's look up crossing over now. Transition. Yes, thank you, Spirit. What have we been talking about? The death card, the transformation, the rebirth. So it says, the geometry of this card explains beyond the flower of life, which this symbolism in the background here, not these hands and this person, but this flower symbol behind there, that's the flower of life in the Kabbalah. All right. Now, where was I? As you stand at the crossroads between dimensions, bravely face your future, knowing that you are not alone, but that you always have access to guidance and assistance. All you have to do is ask. That is so true. You are so divinely guided, protected, and loved by the divine beings in the divine realms, which is the spirit realm. There's just different layers. The higher vibrational beings, the higher they are vibrationally, the higher up in the layers of spirit dimensions that they live, whatever. I'll talk about that kind of stuff in other videos. But you are a divine being. Your soul is like their souls. So those high-ranking spirits that are guiding and protecting you, you have this connection to, and you're able to communicate with them, and that's where you receive the wisdom and knowledge that other people do not receive. Where did I leave off? The transition taking place in your life right now will intimately affect those around you and will chart your life's current direction. It may not be in your nature to ask for help, but that is the most appropriate action at this time. This is not a go it alone. okay? You don't, I'm a Virgo, so if any of you are a Virgo, then you get this, but Virgos do not like to ask for help. They feel like they're asking for a charity or for something to be given to them that they don't deserve. I don't know why we're like that. It's annoying. I get on my own nerves. But there are times in life where we go through certain things where we do need help from others. And let me just say that when others offer you help, don't turn it down, because the higher ups sent that person to you to offer you that assistance because you needed it. Okay? Now, you may decide to seek advice from a professional counselor or teacher. Your choice may be to consult your personal guides and angels or seek guidance from your higher self. So that's just however you communicate. Do you use your intuition, which is your higher self? Do you actually talk to your spirit guides like I choose to, or do you pray to God? However you do that, keep doing that. Ask them for the guidance. Ask them to send you the help that you need. Ask them to show you the way, and they will, okay? The important point in choosing this card is that you accept that there are times when... Sorry, something made me look at the counter on the time on the camera, and it's at 1:10. So 1:10 is another angel number for you guys. So that's either 2 new beginnings amplified by a 0 backed up by the universe, or it's 1 huge new beginning, which is probably 1 huge one for most of you. The point in choosing this card is that you accept that there are times when each of us requires assistance in moving through the inevitable challenges and transitions of this lifetime. So there's a lot of really hard things that you are going to go through, or you've already went through, or you're about to go through, or whatever. But basically, don't try to face all of these hard times alone. Utilize the people around you offering you help. Utilize the people around you that are extending out a helping hand to you. This person is you, and these are your spirit guides sending people to you, extending their hand out to you to help you through this, okay? So, number 31, Labyrinth. I'm excited for this one. Like I said, I've never gotten it before. All right. I can't make it up. Thank you, Spirit. It's spiritual path. Yeah, you're on one. Big time. Your path is extremely spiritual. More spiritual than others. It says... The labyrinth is an ancient design found in most cultures. Some examples date back more than 4,000 years ago. Labyrinths have probably always been used as spiritual tools. A labyrinth has only one avenue. Its geometry combines the circle and the spiral into a purposeful, meandering path. The way in is the way out. There are no blind alleys. A profound tool for meditation, the labyrinth is a metaphor for your spiritual path. Also, a feminist Christian icon, the labyrinth embodies inspiration and represents the hero on a heroine's journey. And I don't know why, but I thought of the fool's journey. It's like us chosen ones are on the fool's journey, like in the tarot, because we start out as a typical fool when we're first born, not having any knowledge or wisdom about anything, and then we go through our life experiences, taking leap of faith after leap of faith, learning, gaining, and evolving, and then becoming a hero in the end by healing and helping others do the same. Where did I leave off? Experiencing a labyrinth includes heightened awareness, and it can serve as a psychological and spiritual tool for your own self-exploration. Approach this card as you might walk a physical labyrinth. From a passive, receptive mindset, allow activation of your intuition and your inner knowing as you view the card in relationship to your inquiry. Open up to any messages you may be receiving and feel how your emotions are responding to these insights coming in. Yes, it's extremely important when you're receiving messages that you also take into consideration the emotions and feelings you feel as you receive each of the messages, because that's more of the message. This is having to do with you tapping into your empathy or the kind of empath that you are. As you view this, oh wait, I already read that. Move from your outward point of inquiry. Sorry, there's some words I just can't say right. To the place of your inner knowing. Sit in your sacred center, giving thanks for the gifts you have received. And then move outward, where this guidance can become your truth. Woo, that's deep. All right. And then number 32, very next page for the Leonardo's Vitruvius Man. And it says, Divinity of Humankind. Interesting. This is the only art in the deck that I did not create. This is the person that wrote this that said that. It is included because virtually everyone studying sacred geometry sees this as a key to unlocking a cosmic code about our humanness. Leonardo da Vinci's drawing contains the entire system of sacred geometry, including the golden proportions of pi, the mechanics of the human energy field, the Merkabah, and the Merkabah can also be extracted from this drawing. I'm not sure what the human energetic field is. That must be some science stuff, but the Merkabah is a sacred geometric shape, and it's in this deck. I wonder if I could find it just really quick to show you guys. There it is. Here's the Merkabah. So I actually had a puzzle as a kid that looked just like this, and this went all the way through as a piece. This went all the way through. This, you know what I mean? And it was like 7 elongated pieces, and once you put them all together properly, it made this Merkabah star. But as a kid, I didn't even know what that was. I just thought it was a cool shape. I didn't know it was a real sacred geometric shape. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, let you guys look at that one more time. All right, so choosing this card indicates you're in search of an idea. Perfection, though elusive, remains your quest. Beyond simple perfection, you seek universal truths and their relationship to your present life situation. What are you looking for? And what you're looking for is who you really are at a deep, deep, deep soul level within you and your higher self. Then it goes on to say, after what are you looking for? You may be looking for the perfect partner. You might be looking for the perfect job. You might be looking for the perfect living situation, or to have the perfect body, or all of the above. Sacred geometry demonstrates that the ideal exists at all levels, while allowing infinite variety and form to come in. learning to accept the perfection in all things, including yourself, and the truth of absolute perfection in every moment is the message of this card. Opening to this concept and releasing judgment about perceived imperfections in yourself and others will free you to enjoy greater joy and satisfaction in living. So basically, this is saying you need to accept your perfections and your imperfections, because we are all made up of both. No one is completely perfect, but also we master things in life and reach perfection. And you need to find the happy medium in between. Okay. Wow, thank you, Spirit. That was great. These cards went so well with this. So let's, we're getting really long here. Let's pull some of my Psychic Abilities yellow deck and see what Spirit wants to hone in on. Wow, I love it. You guys are spiritual warriors. Look at that. Clear cognizance, clear knowing. So you, like I already said earlier, you have all the clairs, but some of them are going to be stronger than others right now until you continue your journey further here and opening up to who and what you are and experiencing your gifts, abilities, and talents. So right now, excuse me. Sorry. The hiccups make me burp. But I'm also on a really low calorie diet and I don't eat very much, and it makes me burp more. It's really annoying. But anyway, it's working. I'm getting skinny. But anyhow, you have a clear knowing and you receive higher wisdom and knowledge that you channel in from spirits in the other realms. And that's what I was talking about with this High Priestess card. All right, Spirit, what else? Okay. So this was sticking out. Make an altar for magical practices. Look at the bottom of the deck. You're an empath, like I said. If you don't understand or know a lot about that, Google it. There's videos on YouTube about it. There's all kinds of information about empaths. You are one. You need to figure out what type of empath you are. There's many, many different kinds. I'm an emotional empath. I cry a lot, especially when receiving messages. As a matter of fact, right before this reading, I was on Facebook. I saw a post from a friend, a long distance friend that I don't communicate with regularly, about her husband dying. And at that moment, her husband asked me to please message her and relay some messages and thoughts from him to her, and I did that. And while I was doing that, I cried so hard I couldn't see. I had to wipe my face off like 5 times while typing out this small little message. That is an emotional empath, because as I'm receiving messages, I'm feeling the emotions along with it, and as I'm giving messages, I'm also feeling the emotions along with it. There are many different types of empaths, okay? That's just an example. You have psychic touch. That's really great. So psychic touch is where you can hold an object and you can receive information by reading the energy of the object or the energies that last touched this object, okay? That's what I do when I'm touching these cards. I am feeling and reading the energies attached to them, because every time I pull from my cards, they mean something different every single time, okay? Woo! You have telepathic abilities. That's expected as an empathic chosen one. You can communicate telepathically with anyone that you choose, especially your soulmates, but you also telepathically communicate with spirits in other realms and dimensions, and that's how you channel in information and sacred wisdom that other people do not have, okay? Sorry if it sounds like I'm breathing loud, but I sit really close to the microphone on my phone to make sure that you guys hear me good and everything until I upgrade my equipment. I noticed too, when I play back, you can hear me like swallowing. because I'm like on top of the microphone. Ooh, it's 404. So there's another angel number I'm going to jot down. And look at this. I talked about passed on loved ones twice already while in this reading. A passed on loved one is trying to communicate with you now. So whoever this is for you, you should already have an idea, because this person, no matter how long ago they passed or how soon ago they passed, they're sending you signs and messages telepathically, okay? So it's going to be things like, but not limited to, hearing their favorite song, seeing their favorite movie, seeing their birthday, seeing the year that they were born. Maybe they had a favorite number. My dad's favorite number was 13. So every time I see 13, I think of him and know that it's him communicating. Sometimes you could be somewhere and hear a stranger say a phrase that your person used to say all the time. Okay, my dad used to always call us, he would be like, grasshopper, like the whole Bruce Lee in training to be something better than you already were, whatever. And he would pretend like he was like training us to be like these ascended masters, and he would call us grasshoppers in training, and he'd be like, grasshopper, what is it now? You know what I mean? And so there's certain things that people say and do that are just their own. And if you hear someone else say something like that and it reminds you of your person, or another thing is, a lot of times I'll be out and I'll see people that look like my dad from behind. They'll have the same hair he had long hair, or from the side view it'll look just like him. Or I see his vehicle all the time. He drove a little gray Kia right before he died. I see that everywhere. I even one day saw a guy that looked just like my dad with his same long hair and the same kind of ponytail, driving the same gray Kia. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so crazy. Those are all ways that your loved ones will communicate with you. Once you open up to the fact that you're literally receiving telepathic messages from spirits, including your passed on loved one, you will be able to receive those messages from them that much easier the next time and the next time, and so on. It's called conditioning yourself to receive these messages, okay? You have backed up emotional energies that need released. Yeah, and it has something to do with this passed on person here. Maybe you're still grieving the loss of this person, and it's got your heart chakra really blocked up here, okay? So let's get a few more, and then we'll end this. Take these. Okay. All right. Look at this, bottom of the deck. You have psychic abilities. All right, this one fell out first. Pray more and or talk to your higher self more often. You can do this out loud. You can also do this inside your mind, okay? However it feels right to you. Talk to your higher self or your spirit guides as if you're chatting with your best friend or someone you're close to that you talk to regularly. You talk right to them just like you talk to people you hang out with and stuff, okay? You need more shadow work. Yeah, it probably has something to do with the passed on person that you have backed up emotional energies about. But also other hardships that you've been through in your life. Chosen ones really go through it. We really get put through the ringer. Like, I can't even reiterate that enough. Okay? The things that I have been through in my life, I can't believe that I am still standing. But I am, because I'm strong, because I was chosen to come here and go through those things and teach others on how to survive those things. That's what you are here for. You first have to fix yourself before you can fix others. A healer must heal their own self and then go teach others how they can also heal their own selves, okay? Your soul teleports. So you probably go in the astral realm a lot, and you have vivid dreams where you can feel things. Like my vivid dream last night was me in a past life, and I was actually at a restaurant drinking a glass of water. I could feel the cold water coming into my mouth out of the straw in my cup. I could feel myself swallowing it. I could feel people touching me. Okay, I can feel warmth, cold. I can, if it starts raining in one of these dreams, I can feel the rain on my skin. I've also had a dream where I met with one of my goddess guides. She's like the goddess of water, I'm assuming. And I was in the ocean. It was only waist deep. And she was floating just above the water in a beautiful gown that just was blue, and it went and it merged into the blue ocean. I mean, oh man, it was just amazing. And we spoke for quite a while. And then I woke up. I don't remember anything she told me. That was like a download of information, okay? You're going to experience these types of dreams as well. And you're teleporting in the astral realm to learn different lessons and things. All right. And the last one, your throat chakra has blockages right now. There's something going on in your life that's holding you back from speaking your truth. And whatever that is, you should have an idea. And if you don't, this is what you need to talk to your higher self about. Ask your guides, please show me what is hindering me. What is blocking my throat? What is holding me back from speaking my truth? Okay, guys? All right. Well, we ended that at an hour and a half. So I love you guys with all my heart. I hope that these messages find whoever needs them. And I'm always sending love, light, and healing to everyone that needs it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.